Welcome everyone to our global virtual training this morning, and I am honored to be your host. I am Marilyn Mosier, Pro 7 out of Northwest Iowa. Maria Williams, Pro 9 out of Arizona. She is our team leader. She actually organized this Zoom training that we're having this morning. So I'm so excited to be your host. She's out traveling today, but I want to wish you all happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You know, happy LifeVantage, the end of the year. And for this time of year, we can get so caught up in the holidays, but we have to remember as CEOs of our own business, this is a critical time of the year because this sets up our 2019. And so these virtual trainings, we try to do them every other month or throughout the year to kind of everyone keep them connected, keep them building, keep them, on track to making their business the best it can be. And so I'm just gonna start off with a couple quick announcements and we're gonna dig right in to our all-star lineup of trainers that we have this morning. And these are the top women earners in network marketing, seriously. So we are so fortunate. And I would ask everyone as you jump on, please mute your phones because I have it set that everyone gets muted, but please mute your computers. And if you want to hide your video, that would be also recommended. And so I just want to give you a little glimpse of what our training is today. We're actually doing what's called the blueprint training. Now, when I got my kit 7.5 years ago, I started with a kit. It was a $600 kit and it had a little blueprint in it, which to be honest, I didn't even hardly open. I went to the local trainings, which we have LVA trainings every month on the third Saturday of every month that I recommend that if you're serious about building this business big time or learning your skills in network marketing and learning how to build a business the correct way, I encourage you to get registered. Go to LVA or LifeVantageAcademy.com and get registered for January 19th. In a city near you, there's another LifeVantage Academy. Then 3 or 4 times a year, we have a quarterly event called Elite Academy, and I would encourage you to get registered for that as well. The next one is February 7th, 8th, and 9th, and that is in Charleston, South Carolina. So please get registered for those critical events. These are the keys to building a business big time, okay? And so what we do when we're first starting out in the business, we encourage our new team and our builders to get engaged and get plugged into the system because that will earn you the most out of your business and help you grow the fastest. The people that attend events tend to grow faster and they have a bigger business, they have more earning potential, and that's what we want for you. You invested in this, and we don't want you to just sit by and watch it grow and lose out on that massive opportunity that we have with LifeVantage because we are poised to be the next big billion-dollar company, and we are so excited to have you aboard. So I just want to remind everyone our next big launch coming up in just a couple of days, Monday night. 7 p.m. Mountain, which is 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern, and then 6 p.m. Pacific. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to Facebook Live on the LifeVantage page, not the virtual or not the LifeVantage Facebook for the distributors, the actual LifeVantage event page, okay? And we have the link sent out. We'll make sure you get it, but that is where you're going to be on 7 p.m. Mountain Time on Monday night. And I encourage you to invite people over to your homes or go to an event. Now in Sioux Falls, we're having a local event at the Orthopedic Institute. We're starting ours at 7 p.m. pre-registration. We're doing kind of a pre-game. We're going to have a fun little skit. We're going to introduce what Nerf 2 activation is. We're going to kind of do some prizes. We're giving away EA tickets. We're doing a potluck. We're making it fun. And then at 8 p.m. Central, we're going to go live and make it a really fun night with prizes. And so that's what I encourage you to do. Get on the phone today after training, invite your friends over, make it an event, make it fun. And you're going to be surprised. This week I took one of my friends around. We went around to different salons, several different salons, and we showed them about our hair care launch. And we have this brand new Nerf 2 hair care that is coming out. We made up posters of the before and afters, and Staples for 22 bucks. They laminated these posters for us. We went around and let them smell the shampoo, these salons and the hairstylists, and let them touch it and feel it and smell it. We showed them the amazing results of our serum that has actually helped people regrow their hair because of the microflora. You know, if you get the microflora on the scalp, you know, to the healthy point where it can help the follicles wake up and help them do what they're supposed to do, and that's grow hair. So it is so exciting to be part of this company at this time, at this moment in time. And we have an amazing morning lined up with some trainers that are gonna blow your mind. So our first one that we have coming to us live from Southern California is the amazing team leader in our line, and Carrie Dickey is an executive Pro 11, which is hard to comprehend. She has over 4 million of sales, monthly sales going through her organization. But she, before I read her little bio, I want to read it correctly. But Carrie, I just want to say from, you know, personally, I admire you so much, because I feel that seriously, when the history books are written about network marketing, you're going to be a star and a beacon in that history, because you actually helped to create and make this profession cool. You helped to bring it to another level. You helped make it like it's not icky. And so I want to thank you personally for doing that, because now I can be proud that, yes, dang it, I am a network marketer. And that, coming from the medical field, that is something so foreign, you know, to be able to say that. So thank you for making it the way that we can be proud to be network marketers. So Carrie Dickey, she put herself through school, graduated from University of Colorado in Boulder with a degree in advertising. MLM found Carrie in 1993 when an acquaintance came to her door to share an exciting health product and a business opportunity with someone else. And on and off for 25 years, 3 companies, she used the nooks and crannies of her life to build a multi-million-dollar company, international network business, while being a mother of 2 boys. And it's the kind of real estate or mortgage, Carrie says, that it can take a company or 2 to find the perfect fit. So prior to her entrance into network marketing, Carrie never earned more than $40,000 in the calendar year. This girl knows how to work. Tell you what, Carrie is passionate about personal growth, which I can attest to that, her leadership development, and she believes that everyone has a hero that resides in him or her. And I can attest to that too. In her book, which I love, The Network Marketing, The View from Venus, I suggest you read it. And I loaned mine out, so otherwise I would hold you the signed copy. I was at her book launch a couple years in Vegas. It was so much fun. But please read the book, The View from Venus, Network Marketing, The View from Venus, written by Carrie. She references her favorite Jim Rohn quote, which says, "Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better." So Carrie says, mine is not rags to riches, a rags to riches story, but rather a story of personal inquiry. She is profoundly grateful for LifeVantage and for all the remarkable people that have said yes to her and her tremendous leaders. So thank you, Carrie. I'm going to turn it right over to you, and you can kick this training off.
Beautiful. Can you hear me, Marilyn?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The introduction is always the challenging part for me. Thank you for having me. I'm very, very excited to be here this morning. And, you know, I guess I want to start this morning, thank you, Marcy Steiner, by just telling you a little bit about my track record and history, because it's not that impressive, really. And it took me 25 years to get here, and I know you can all do it much, much, much faster. So I guess I want you to know that you're in the right place at the right time with the right company and the right women this morning. I cannot be more passionate about that point. I started in 1993 when someone came to the door looking for my then husband. And I said, you know, dude, I'm so sorry he's not here right now. Was he supposed to be? And he's like, well, yeah, I was going to show him my business. And I said, well, you know what? Come on in. Let me make you a cup of tea and you can show your business to me. And after about an hour, this guy was an engineer. It was kind of painful. But he said, I said, you're telling me that if someone sells vitamins in Kentucky or Louisiana or, London, that I get paid? And he said, that's exactly what I'm telling you, Carrie. And I said, then sign me up. And I was so excited. When my then husband came home an hour later, I said, honey, we got a new business. And I was passionate about the idea of leveraged income. I didn't know anybody. I was a late bloomer, certainly didn't have any business experience at all. But something inside me saw that. And I remember when I sat in those rooms and they played the tapes that said, someone like Napoleon Hill or Jim Rohn or Dennis Waitley said, he talked about the 80-20 rule. 80% of the people do 20% of the work and 20 do 80. And then he talked about the 1%ers. And I sat there in that room and I was burning. I knew I wasn't one, but I knew I could be one. And I was yearning and burning to be something. I did wish that I was better. I didn't need it to be easier. I just needed tracks to run on. And I was so excited. I felt like, oh my gosh, I finally arrived somewhere where I can actually do something. I was a fitness trainer, a personal trainer, a fitness instructor, a bartender, a waitress, and there definitely is a ceiling on your income as you exchange time for money. Work a day, get paid, work an hour, get paid. So I saw it very early on. And I was a little late to the barbecue with that company, and it stayed there a couple of years, but it was my training ground, and it was what ignited the fire inside of me. Found another company a bunch of years later. I was working with my mom as a fundraiser, and somebody showed me Southern living at home decor. Well, I can't decorate my way out of a paper bag, but I saw the potential of thousands and millions of women being excited about these amazing products. And I started to do parties everywhere. And seriously, that was something called direct selling. And I didn't understand it, but I learned how to connect with women that were completely different from me. All I knew was athletics and health. I didn't know about decorating, but I learned how to connect with people and find a common bond and make a friend, find their pain, connect with them on another level. And I became a student of people. And during that time, I became a leader. I kept looking for the leader. Are you the leader? Are you the leader? Kind of like that book. Are you my mother? Are you my mother? Are you my mother? And I finally decided if it's going to be, it's up to me. I need to be the trainer. I need to figure this out. And if you got in on Monday, there was training at my house on Saturday. Got in Tuesday, training Saturday. Got in Wednesday, training Saturday. Got in Thursday, Friday night, training tomorrow morning. I had a girl follow me home one day. And literally, I figured out how to become a trainer. That company, like I said, direct selling, there wasn't the money in there. I cried when I found out what the gal that I was aspiring to be. When I found out what she earned, I cried. Enter the next company years later, and it was a very, very exciting juice product. I ran to the top of that company in 365 days on the nose. I was earning $18,000 a week. I thought I had arrived. I thought it was forever. And I realized that our company had grown too fast and they really didn't know what they were doing at the top. And furthermore, they knocked off the product and threw it in Costco for $16.95. Our product was overpriced. Our product was unique, but nobody knew how unique, and they knocked it off. And there are a lot of things that have to be present. So I was terribly, terribly disappointed when I didn't believe that people could do what I had been able to do. I felt like it was over, and I was terrifically disappointed, but got out another plan. I thought I was done with network marketing, and then I saw the ABC Primetime investigative report in 2010. And literally, I was in at hello. I could not believe what I saw there. And that piece is unlike anything I've ever seen in the industry. It is completely third party. It is completely unbiased, and it completely yanks you by the heart, the mind, and the soul. At least it did me. And that 11-minute video changed my life for that. at the time, 6-minute video. And so today I just want you to know there are certain things that have to be present when you're choosing your network. And I have a very short time, so I am talking fast, but it's product, timing, management, compensation, and heart. You must join a company with a heart and a vision that you can be proud of, like Marilyn was saying. And I know this isn't an opportunity meeting, but it is a training. And you guys, I've been saying the same things about this company for 8.5 years because they ignite me. I am so excited about what we have here. And so sometimes trainings are about inspiring belief and waking up the fire inside of you. Potentially, perhaps it's sleeping. Maybe it's the holidays and you're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. This is the time to talk to people. You may not get commitments right now, but I'm telling you, when January 15th comes or January 1st, and they're looking at these huge bills and oh my gosh, these huge aspirations to make 2019 different. If you have been speaking to people and you have been working, they will think of you as a potential option for getting their financial things in order. So please, or getting their life in order, or gosh, maybe they're an empty nester for the first time, or maybe they've gotten divorced. People that are in the mood for change or looking for something different in their lives, typically those are the people that are looking for network marketing. And they don't even know it, believe me. Nobody got it, popped out and said, I cannot wait to be a network marketer. Typically people don't go to school these days. One day they will. They're gonna go to school and say, I'm going to network marketing school, or they're never even gonna go to school. But people are still learning about, there's a lot of ignorance about our industry. So, product. You must have a product that is unique in the marketplace and priced right. Did I say that it needs to be priced right? Because I know what happens when your product is not priced right. Our product line is affordable for anyone who values their health and reducing oxidative stress, upregulating SOD, catalase. I mean, I could go on and on. Mitochondria, health, gut and brain health, our energy, weight management, come on, hair care. Who doesn't care about this stuff? Everybody does. And that's why timing is so important in the marketplace. The millennials, the baby boomers, the old, the very young, everyone needs our products. And because of our environment that isn't what it used to be, people are desperate for solutions. They're desperate, and we're seeing problems and issues with people that are so much younger than ever before. We have a product line that is changing lives. If I could download my brain into yours as to what I've seen over the last 8.5 years, what happens inside people's bodies when they put the products in and upregulate NERV2 and get healthy mitochondria and gut and brain health. When you see this stuff happen, this is God's pharmacy entering bodies that are so desperate for it. I'm telling you, you guys wouldn't sleep. I mean, we say that Protandim helps us sleep, but LifeVantage and the possibilities and what these products do, that keeps you up at night. Products, timing, a company and a management team, and people and culture. This is the company. We've got to have a company that cares about us, that is in the world doing the right things, run by the right people, a management team that is deep, deep, deep in the industry. There are, oh my gosh, we've got 5 people that have spent decades in this profession, not just days, not weeks, not months, but decades in our space. Network marketing is unlike any other animal out there. We did have a management team for a short time that had not been in the profession before, and I thought, wow, that's interesting, but maybe they're gonna bring a new spin. No, they didn't get it. Now we have a management team that does get it. They do know what this space entails and what it means to be in the space of person-to-person distribution, word-of-mouth advertising, network marketing, product, timing, management and company, compensation. I'm not gonna pretend that this is a small thing. Compensation is a massive thing, you guys. It's huge. I've been parts of companies where literally it would be to my benefit for someone above me to quit so that someone above me could get to me. How is that when someone wants the person above you to leave so they can make more money? Not good. What about when you get a certain rank and you pull someone, let's say someone below you attains a certain rank. It's called a breakaway. And they break away from you and you no longer get to use their volume for rank advancement. And it's much better for you if they don't make the next rank. I mean, it's hard to believe that there are comp plans out there like that, but there are tripwires. I was part of a company once where literally if I were to do better than the person above me, I would pass her and she would lose me forever. How long do you think I stayed in that company? I didn't even mention it. I stayed there for a week and a half. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I have to go slow so that you don't lose me? I mean, what is that? So I'm just telling you guys, if this is your first rodeo and you're here for the first time, I'm telling you, usually when you get into a comp plan, it takes a couple months, potentially even a year or so, and you think, oh my gosh, that's the breakage. That's how they're screwing us. That's how, that's the problem. That's the tripwire. I'm telling you with everything that I have in my heart, I believe that this comp plan is rich, and it's not just rich for the people at the top. It is rich for everyone all the way through that works. It promotes the right behavior. You cannot sign up one person and fly to the top of this company. They're going to make you work. But I've never, ever seen a company where you can go all the way to the top by signing 3 that really get it, or 3 who bring in someone who brings, you guys, seriously, there are comp plans where you have to bring in the superstars. Now, that just doesn't usually happen. It's someone who brings in someone who brings in someone. Product, timing, management, compensation. Lastly, you need a company with a heart, with a vision, a company that is giving back. Just like individuals, to whom much is given, much is required. Our company has been giving back from day one, giving back to Duchenne muscular dystrophy, giving back to backpacks for children who don't have enough food, nets to protect mosquito nets in Africa to protect families against malaria, families helping families in Mexico, not just building these homes that come down in a week and a half. I mean, these homes are incredible. We are helping some of the most impoverished people in the world. So I'm proud to be a part of LifeVantage. And I feel like I've earned the right to tell you that you are in the right place at the right time with the right company, with the right training this morning, whatever the date is, in December 2018. And it's all ahead, and all you've got to do is get in. You've got to get in, you've got to get to work, and you've got to believe. The 6 inches between your ears is critical. You have to tend that garden, pull out the weeds, put in the good stuff, and get cracking. So thank you, Marilyn, for having me. I have no idea how my time is. I hope I did okay. Thanks for having me.
Great. Thank you so much. Wow, that was awesome.
Woo!
If you want to listen more to what Carrie, we could listen to you all day, Carrie. So come to my living room every day via Zoom. Sunday night, she will kind of do part of this training on Sunday night. So get your team.
Come Sunday.
Yes, Sunday webinar, our team training. That's 8:30 p.m. Central. And so make sure you're there on Sunday night. Get your teams. Thank you, Carrie. That was amazing. Our next training.
Can I say really quickly that I'm going to be leaving shortly due to the fact that I have a meeting in San Diego. So I don't want you gals to think I'm not interested. I'll stick around as long as I can.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, our next part is we're going into our why, and that is the key, is what driving us in our business. So we're bringing on a professional trainer. Marcy Steiner is a Pro 8. She is out of North Bethesda, Maryland, and she is a holistic healer, a Reiki master, an animal communicator, and with a strong nutritional background. And she is so much fun. Seriously, her energy is amazing. She has an executive corporate background in wireless telecommunications, in sales, marketing, and cultural change development. Sorry, I can't say that. She has been a very successful entrepreneur in network marketing for over 25 years. She's a mentor to many and an elite Pro 8 leader in our business on the East Coast. So welcome, Marcy.
Thank you. I was like, oh, I forgot. Yeah, I did do that. Yeah, it's been a while.
A trip down memory lane, right?
Good morning, everybody. It's an honor to be here. Happy Saturday. I'm just like, we're all alive. This is amazing. And we ended up here. So I want to just start by having you think about last night's sleep. We woke up, but did any of you guys have good dreams? Those are not actually the dreams that I want to talk about. I want to talk about not the dreams you have when you go to sleep. I want to talk about the dreams that you have when you wake up. And honestly, most of us stop thinking about those dreams. We shut down, right? Because we get really busy. We're building our life. We've got our kids, we've got our jobs. Some of us are running small businesses or large businesses. And we just stop thinking about, what we're doing. However, there's a reason why you said yes to building your business. When you purchased your business, there was something in your life that you wanted to change or you wanted to create that you didn't have. And as we're launching our business, and if you're not launching, maybe you're relaunching or you're learning how to help other people launch their business as you're listening to this training this morning. There's a proven plan. This is the system. It's really, really simple. But it takes time. It takes some investment in getting yourself going. And by the way, Carrie, amazing. Listening to you just got me so fired up. I'm like buzzing still from listening to Carrie. I'm like so excited. Having been in the industry for a long time, it's like, I remember when I got started. I know I'm veering off here, but I remember when I got started, there were a lot of reasons why, but everything about this opportunity just was resonating with me. Just a little bit about, you heard a little bit about my background, but what you don't know is that our family had unexpectedly lost money, a lot of it, unexpectedly. And I was in a position where I had worked in corporate America. I loved what I did. I really, really did. I worked 80 hours a week. But having grown up in a family where my mother was a professional network marketer, we were very successful, we're making $50,000 a month. I knew this platform worked. I just never knew about a company like this that existed. I had been building another network marketing business for 10 years prior to finding LifeVantage. And when I saw this, I just thought, this is crazy. I couldn't sleep. I mean, my dreams became LifeVantage. LifeVantage became every part of me. I didn't want to go back and have a boss. I didn't want to lose my freedom. I'm a free spirit. I like to do what I want to do when I want to do it, but I didn't think I had a choice until I found LifeVantage. And I want you guys to know that whatever it is that drives you, whatever it is that's inside of you, you have a choice. You can have and be and do anything, absolutely anything that you want to do, because network marketing is it's the great equalizer. It's an even playing field. Doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter the color of your skin, doesn't matter what your education level is, doesn't matter anything. What matters is what you claim. So as you're starting your business, I want you to ask yourself 3 simple questions. Number 1, what do you want? Number 2, why do you want it? And number 3, what are you willing to do to get it? That's where that sacrifice comes in. Because here this business shows up. None of us knew this business opportunity was going to come into our life. We have to create the space. We've got to open up and kind of that whole pie of everything we do in our life, we have to make like a new space for that. So usually that requires sacrifice. Something else is going to get, a piece of the pie is going to get much smaller and maybe even like gone to make room for what it is that you really, really want. When we answer that first question, what is it that we want? That's like our GPS. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to build your business faster or slower? If you want to build your business faster, you're going to answer that question, what you want. Because that is like thinking about, okay, imagine you're going to visit, spend time with a friend that you haven't seen, and you say, okay, let's meet for lunch. If I was going to meet my friend for lunch in Bethesda, I'd say the name of the restaurant that we're going to. If I said, well, just let's meet up in Bethesda, that's going to take a lot longer to find my friend. There's a lot of restaurants in downtown Bethesda, right? But if we say the specific location, we're going to find each other faster. And the same thing's going to happen in your business. If you are really, really clear as you're launching your business, or maybe relaunching today, or maybe starting to think about what it is that you want for 2019, get really clear about what you want. The reason you want to answer the number 2 question, why do you want it, is because that is your emotional connection. Why do you need an emotional connection to your business? Because like Carrie said, everything's in your head. You guys, this is so simple. What you do to build your business is so simple. The hard part is everything else that goes on. Everything else. It's like you are going to get bloody. I'm telling you right now, as you're building this business, you're going to fall down. Your knees are going to get bloody. You're gonna have rejection. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna be disappointed. And what is gonna get you through all of that? It's going to be the reasons why you said yes to building this business. I'd suggest writing them down. I have like 18 reasons why, but a few of them are going to be key. A few of them, of those particular reasons why you are saying yes to building this business and generating income coming into your life, is because of it's a few of them are going to be what really drives you. Those are like the real hardcore reasons. So, I don't know if you guys have ever seen people purchase their platinum pack. I mean, the platinum pack is going to give you all the product, everything they need to get you to get going in your business. But sometimes people say they're going to join the business as if they're joining a book club, or they're joining an association. They don't have that emotional connection to building the business. And what happens is most of the time they don't succeed. They probably will end up getting lost, or most of the time they just quit. So I cannot underestimate with you guys the value of putting the time into getting to your deep why. Now, how do you do this? I go back and I think about my daughter. My daughter, she's in college now, so she's older. But when she was little, and maybe some of you guys have younger children, when I would make a statement, she'd say, "But why, Mommy?" And I'd be like, "Okay, because," and I'd give her the reason why. I don't want to hold back. I'll explain to her. And she'd say, but why? And she would sometimes drive me bananas, asking me why. I'd make another statement. Then she asked me why again. You guys, this is the same process I want you to use to get really deep into your heart, to get really deep into your why. It's just keep asking, because it's like folding the layers back of a rose, or getting to the core of that onion. Because people say, like, I want to make money because I want to bring in a lot of money, but why? Well, because when you keep asking, you're going to get to the core of it. And when you get to the core, some people say that's going to make you cry. I say it's not enough. If your why makes you cry, we could all hang around and talk about our whys and cry all day long. We're not going to be successful in our business. When you get to that core why, it's going to fire you up. It is going to make you feisty. It's going to drive you to action. It's going to create the time that you didn't think you had. It's going to make you do whatever it takes to have those dreams and those desires, those burning desires come true. Nothing is going to get in your way if you take the time to really get to the core of your why. Sometimes it's hard to do on your own. I mean, I'll tell you, I would say it's one of the biggest investments you're going to make in your business. I've done blueprinting with people, new business partners in my organization, where I've spent hours on this. In fact, I think there might even be some of my business partners that don't even want to put me on the phone to blueprint because it takes so long sometimes to do the why. The reason why I do that is because it is key. If you've got that big, deep, dirt burning why, and then you make the connection that this business opportunity is the solution or is the path that you're going to take, you've created a bridge. Excuse me. I need Axio. Got to have it handy. You created a bridge with your why. And what I say is that every day when you create that why, you can wake up and just like walk across that bridge into what you're going to do to manifest your dreams. As you grow in your business, you're going to be more and more successful, and you're going to, some of those things that you want, they're going to come true, and you're going to have to build a bigger bridge. You're going to have other things that you're going to want. You keep just building that bridge. And sorry, I lost track here. So let me kind of help you to ask you some questions that will help you build that bridge and create your why. I want you to take time to really consider what makes you happy. If money wasn't an issue, what would your life look like? Ask yourself these questions. What do I want to be? What do I want to do? What do I want to give? What do I want to have? How do I want to spend my time? With whom do I want to spend my time? If you're dreaming about sending your kids to a certain school, being able to do that, then think about them going through the gates of that school, excuse me, and graduating with their peers. And imagine that pride that you're going to have when they do that. If you're thinking about driving in a specific car, then smell the leather. What color is the car, right? Like, be specific about what you want so that you can feel it and experience it. If you want to travel the world, then think about the sounds and the sights and the taste, the food that you're going to eat. Think about who you can inspire as you're doing that. All of those things need to be specific and full and real, because that's what you're going to do when you walk across that bridge. If that is what is personal to you, whatever is really what you want, you deserve it, you guys. You're worthy of it. But you have to take the time to get to that core. It's got to be compelling. It just can't be something that would be nice. I'm telling you, if you want to build a big business, it's not going to be enough. You've really got to have it. And most of the time when I see somebody who's lost or they're struggling, they probably need to go back to that why. I know I've been there too. Sometimes it's not that I have forgotten my why. It might just be that my why has been so big that I might have gotten frustrated or might have been overwhelmed with what I wanted to really create. So if you have big, big dreams and you have things that you want, I say take those big things and break it down into smaller goals. So for example, one of the whys that I have is I want to be in a position to gift over $1 million a year to causes that I believe in. Well, that's huge. I'm not there yet. I want to help women and children who are in abusive situations. Like, I want to be able to write the check and say, you know, like, here, you need a homeless shelter, or you need a place to put them. Here's the money to do that. But today I can't, or I'm not in a position to do that yet. However, I realized the other day, I'm taking care of one family. I am in a position now where I'm able to help a family, a mother and child, be away from an abusive situation and live in peace because they don't have to think about the finances. So I was like, wow, this is really great. This is part of my why. Now, how amazing would it be to be able to do that for more people? And that's, I mean, this is just personal for me. Yours might be, I'm sure it is, something really different. But just know that you want to break it down, and you want to be able to have it burn. Like, if someone woke you up in the middle of the night, you would be able to articulate your why. You would know what it is. So you guys, I think that's pretty much all I have to share with you around the why. It's so important. Take the time in your own business. Maybe if you're like me, I've been very fortunate, and I have worked really hard, but I have amazing people that I've been able to help. And I will say this, after a while, it's not just, when I first started, our family had lost a lot of money, and I was just trying to figure out how not to go back to work and be able to put food on the table. And today, things are very different. Today, I dream of knowing everyone in my organization's why. I have a curiosity, because when the phone rings and someone's calling me for a 3-way call, it's not like, oh, this is Edna calling me, or this is Lisa calling me, or this is Kathleen calling me. I'm thinking about their why. I'm thinking about, who is it that's calling me, and what is it that they want, and why do they want it? And when I say yes to a 3-way call, or yes to making a trip and visiting their city, or yes to doing a blueprint training with them, it's to help them have their dreams come true. My focus is on helping them get what they want. The more people we help, the more peace there's going to be, the more love there's going to be, the more health there's going to be, there's more beauty there's going to be, and the world is going to be a better place. So like Carrie said, it's funny that she said that, because something came to me before I went to sleep last night, a little rhyme, and I just want to close up with that. And it is, yes, it's true. Protandim helps you go to sleep, but LifeVantage and your whys will keep you up all day and night, fighting the fight for what your individual soul and heart knows what's right and light. So thank you so much.
I love that. Thank you so much. You did an awesome job. And remember,
Thank you.
having that burning desire for change, being coachable, and an amazing work ethic. That is the key to being successful. So thank you, Marcy, for your sharing your why. I love that, how you say you have to have that emotional connection, because that is so key. So the next part of our blueprint training that we're going to do is the databasing and the invite. And we're inviting an amazing leader in our business. We have Marisa Harrelson from all the way down in Arizona. She just shared a video or picture of her new Jeep that she just received for the LifeVantage award that she earned, because she went from Pro 7 to Pro 8 in such a short time. And, she hit Pro 7, held it for 12 months, and then shortly after that, she went to Pro 8. And so she is working so hard. She's an amazing leader. She's such an inspiration. Teresa, I'm just so excited for you. She is actually a yoga instructor. She just got back from, she was over in, where did you actually do your training? Over in,
well, I'm doing it in Arizona, but part of the training was in Rishikesh, India, in the
wow.
Himalayas.
Yeah, over in India. So she is just an amazing world traveler with the yoga profession, but she is an amazing leader in LifeVantage, and her former career was in broadcasting, television news. And so I think she should be the one doing the hosting, to be honest.
You're doing great.
You have the experience. I'm just a rookie. But no, I am so honored to have you. You're a wonderful wife and mother and just an amazing friend and leader. I look up to you so much. And so I just am excited to have you join us today, and take it away. Let's share the invite in the database thing.
Absolutely. Marilyn, thank you. And thank you for hosting. You're just beautiful. And all of these beautiful women and leaders that are sharing their wisdom and beautiful business tips, Carrie and Marcy, and to follow behind them. Wow. This is real, you guys. I started at ground zero too, with no network marketing experience at all. And, when you say LifeVantage, Tandem helps you sleep, LifeVantage keeps you awake. That is the truth. And that has been my journey for 6.5 years, especially in the very, very beginning, because it has to be in you so much, in your DNA, that nothing is going to stop you, because life will try to get in the way, right? So there is nothing that's going to stop me. I just had to lock arms with people and these beautiful mentors from listening to virtual trainings, even if I didn't hang out with them personally. But many of you on here have been my personal mentors and friends. And so that's what you have to surround yourself with. Before I get into the databasing and inviting, I just want to tell you all, I was reading, I just opened up the book, the 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk. And I just opened it up to a page. I wasn't looking for anything. And I have to share this before I begin, because it just is everything that we're talking about. I choose to share my time with people who choose to win. Together we can achieve any goal, reach the highest levels of success, change our lives, and help change the world for the better. So I've made the choice to surround myself with positive people who believe in success, and together we win. And being a part of this training, you being on here, taking the commitment today to do this, you are part of that. And you are part of, you are helping create your dreams. So with that, you guys, when you get started, everybody thinks, oh, I got to invite, I'm going to see how it goes, right? Some people, and I'm going to invite, my mom, my dad, whoever, and that's it. And then if they don't do it, I'm not going to do it. So that's the thing. Databasing is critically important, but your database, your specific database, is probably just the gateway to those that are going to actually do this business. And I can promise you, I'm telling you that, because the runners in my business are people I did not know except my sister. So, that is, it's people I knew that I met. They weren't people that have been in my life forever. So our old blueprint is this. And mine's falling apart, but I filled every page up just about. And this is, I just followed a simple system. I listened to the mentors, I database, I wrote down names from my son's school teacher to neighbors, to none of my neighbors came to my meetings, by the way. I mean, it's just, it just happens. But you have a memory jogger in your beautiful blueprint. And you also have the simple blueprint that Shawn created, which I love because it helps someone get started right away. But the blueprint is simple. You have a memory jogger. So you're thinking about the people, get past the 13 or 14 people in your life that, are not going to do it. And they can be conduits. They can be the connections for you to build. So think about, the people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. And I'll get to the invites and some example invites in just a moment. But my invite radar, you all, is on 24/7. Like, I'm always sharing this. And I'm not selling. And in the beginning, I probably was not very good at it and probably did a little bit of that. But the more you get, the more you practice, it's like playing the instrument, the better you get. So you have to practice inviting. You have to do role playing on the inviting, which we will do. But listen to this. I have some issues going on in our house back in Phoenix. We had a leak. We have some mold. And we had an environmental specialist come over and take some samples the other day. And, you know, he's just by connecting and talking to him, something came up, and I can't even remember exactly what it was, but I mentioned something about, oh, he asked me what I did. Because I go, I have a meeting here on Monday night, a big launch. Is it going to be safe? And he said, yes, you're fine. This is in your utility room. It's separate from the house. It's sealed off. You're fine. And he said, what do you do? May I ask? I mean, like, hello, that was good. And he knew about Protandim. And I said, do you take it? And he goes, no, but my dad's girlfriend up north gave it to him, and, you know, blah, blah. So he's like, I would like your information. So I'll follow up with him. You know, when I told him what it did, and the guy's in good shape, you know, he was interested. So that'll be a follow-up. It wasn't that I had to get him right now, but it's someone that I'm always putting in my database. So that's key, is to keep the funnel full. We talk about the funnel at the top, the people you're talking to right now. Then they've seen it. They're maybe not at high noon, but they haven't said no. And so they go down here. So you're still keeping the invites. These people go here, and then the filter gets even lower. And so at the bottom, at the little tip at the bottom, you've always got something, so you're able to do the follow-ups. You always got to keep people in there. So look at your blueprint and think about, you know, from the hairstylist, from the friends, from extended family, from people you meet on vacation, from people you're traveling. If you're traveling, oh my gosh, that's like, you can always connect with somebody. I connected with someone in Rocky Point. We're still trying to get together, but that's why my funnel is always full. I don't have an empty funnel, and you got to get the invite down, because if you don't get your invites down, then you're not going to build the business. So, you know, that's where we really need to get good and powerful and confident, because that is what people are joining. They are joining your passion and your confidence, and how you can lead them to see what it is that you have to at least just take a look at, because our invites are not about selling and having someone join us necessarily. Our business is to give them the information and let them decide. But yes, you need to lead them. I'm building a global business and I'm expanding my network. And I thought of you because you are so motivating and you have such great integrity when it comes to business. And I've always admired your work ethic. And you know what? I would love to partner with someone like you. I'd love to share something with you. If we could get together, let's schedule a time. There's nothing you can say that's wrong. You can have the wrong signal, but you don't have the wrong message. If you're coming out and you're just sharing from your heart, but also it could be, you know, helping somebody with their health, if that's the way you want to get in. Joanna, can you please mute yourself? Yeah. Whoever just joined us, please make sure you're muted.
Please mute.
Because that will throw me off, by the way. So anyway, I'm going to share. Maybe you can mute her, Marilyn. I'm not sure. Joanna, can you please mute yourself? Anyway, so I'm just going to say, when you're inviting people, you have to have a compliment, okay? No judgments on why you think that they would be good. That's a Marcy Steiner tip that I actually took from her when she's done some trainings. But just really make them feel special and just ask them, would you be interested in taking a look at something with me? Let's schedule a time. Or if they don't have time, well, when could we schedule a time where you could watch an ABC investigative report? And if you see this, then what I'd like to do is introduce you to one of my business partners for a high level overview for about 20 minutes. And, just give people an out. It may or may not be for you. And that's okay. But at least you know what I'm doing and what I'm excited about. Have you heard about nutrigenomics? I mean, I think that's I do that a lot. I talk about, hey, have you ever heard about nutrigenomics? This is a new science. I'd love to get together and explain the concept of it and what's happening. So you're just always meeting people. And, if you've met, a chiropractor or someone in the medical field or the health field while you're out and about, say, you know what, I think we should connect. I think I have something that you would like to know about. If you're texting people, just keep it simple. Hey, what are you doing? You want to meet up? Yes, perfect. Then say, great, I have something I want to run by you, right? I mean, get the confirmation. What are you doing Monday night? I don't know. Well, oh, great. I'd love, if they don't have a commitment, I'd love to have you come over. I'm part of something really spectacular, and we're having a lot of fun on Monday, little holiday open house, a big launch that our company is having in this whole new modern science of nutrigenomics. Do you know what that is? Well, if you breathe, you need to know. So you got to get that passion. There's so many tools out there to help you on the invite. Your blueprint is phenomenal. You can there's so much that you can have on the blueprint for the memory jogger and for databasing and whatever system that works for you best for databasing. I'm a paper girl. I have a spreadsheet. It doesn't really work for my brain, but I need to probably get back on that. I use a day calendar. Maria taught me this, Maria Williams and Carrie, and I just use a day calendar and put people's names in it so that I have that. And what my goal is for 2019 is to put them in my Excel spreadsheet so that I have them in both places. So if I lose the paper ever, I've got something in an Excel spreadsheet, and I have to get better on that. But so I want to share a little bit about the invite, and I hope I'm doing okay on time. I haven't heard any bells ringing. Listen to the bells ringing. Okay. So basically, I'm going to go quickly over this just to, really in this business, we're finding out what people's needs, wants, pains, desires, passions, dreams. And what if I could show you something that could help you with that? Would you? I love it. The what if Eric Worre, would you want to take a look at it? What if I could show you something that could help you get more time? It's that family, occupation, recreation, and money form is what we call it, or friends, occupation, family, friends, recreation, and money. Okay, so remember, do not vomit. I vomited all over the place when I first started. In the invite, do not do that. And I would say, especially when you're brand new, please be locking arms with your mentor and let them coach you to that person you're getting ready to talk to, and write it down. But you are not wanting to give them everything. Carrie Williams, my yoga student that introduced this to me, literally, I said, what are you all talking about, when I overheard a conversation at yoga? And she said, have you watched the ABC? And I was like, what? And she gave me this link, and that's it. She zipped the lip. She showed the clip. And then we always say, and do the flip, the third party validation. So be positive with your energy. You've got the best tool in the world, the ABC Prime Time. Simple invites. Let's get together. What's your schedule like today or tomorrow? Or if it's a business invite, I have a business idea I'd like to run by you. Would you like to get together? I haven't seen you for a while. Let's get together. Okay, great. I have something I want to show you. So, here's something. Kelly, I have, always had a positive attitude. I'm excited to share something with you. It may or may not be for you. So you give them the out. What day is better for you? Oh, okay. All right, I have to hit the stop share again. It does that sometimes. So, but anyway, so let me just get back on that, because I think that's an important thing. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna go back to, it's if I move the panel, that goes kind of crazy. So find out, when people say, I don't have enough money to see my grandkids, I don't have enough and I want to travel, or I don't have enough, I want to send my daughter to this wonderful college and I'm not sure. So, you mentioned that you want to do this. And when I heard that, you didn't have enough money, it really bothered me. It broke my heart. And I'm not sure if you would be open, but if I could show you a way that could help you with that, would you want to know about it? Would you be interested in that? And that's really just simply it. Just find the needs and how you have a solution for that. And just keep it simple and keep practicing. I'm going to just fly through that. So it's just, I'm kind of summarizing some of these notes. If you're inviting to a meeting or a home meeting, which, you know, we got to get people to these home meetings, that's building the communities, you know, confirm, be in a hurry. We always say, you know, Stu Brody would say, oh, you know, invite them to come over, but don't spend a lot of time on the phone with them because you are in a hurry. Number one, you're busy building your business, but, you know, just say, I've got to go, you know, the dog peed on the floor or something, I've got to go, but I'd love for you to come on and take a look at something really extraordinary that's new, that's a breakthrough, and confirm that with them, and be sure you're confirming that. Be the messenger, not the message. You know, make sure you've got your three-way calls in line. Let your team know that's critically important. I wouldn't be where I am today. I still do third-party validation always, pretty much every time. It just depends on, you know, I can share the story. I share it all. And if there's a pulse, then I'm definitely going to connect them with somebody that's doing the business that's successful. So that's really basically, I would say, get out there every day, invite, keep the radar up, be confident, practice, role play with your team, and enjoy what you have. Keep your eye on the ball, like keep your vision, your why, as Marcy was saying, has to be so deep. Reevaluate that why, because I know these people on my team that joined and then things aren't happening for them fast enough and then they just let it go. That's not going to work. No matter if it's not happening fast enough, that's why you keep going. And trust me, if you don't stop, you win. If you don't quit, you win. If you stop inviting, you lose. You lose. I'm inviting every single time, every day, in some way, somehow, making a connection, adding somebody to my database. May not be giving them that ABC right then and there, but I've got their information and it's my job to connect them. I'm going to share something really quick. I got a brand new Vitality Stack this week with a woman I didn't even know. I met a week ago today. I went to the Esther Hicks Abraham workshop that was in Phoenix. It was amazing. That's a mentor for me. I don't know her, but she's a mentor for me. Law of attraction. Anyway, a guy was there on stage with her and he has Parkinson's. And she was like really working with him to help him see kind of past that. He's very much about that, about the law of attraction and not settling for that thought. And then I knew I had to talk to him. I knew somehow I had this moral obligation. Because I know what we have our hands on. No medical claims, but I know what we have our hands on. So I went up to him, and then there was a woman that came up. It wasn't even him. He did get on a webinar this week, but I haven't heard back from him, and I have followed up. But the woman next to him wanted to know more. She was having tremors, and the Mayo couldn't figure out what it is. She's having some voice issues, and she said, I want to know more about this. We met at an IHOP this week in downtown Phoenix, and she purchased the Vitality Stack online. She purchased the hair care set from me because her hair is, she's losing hair right and left. And then yesterday she ordered the Vitality Stack for her mother. And this is, had I not gone to that guy, I would not have met this woman who now works at the same place my husband works. And she knows my husband. Crazy. But do you see that? Get into the law of attraction, you guys. What you see, like, have it, see it, own it. Not I want it and I wish I had it, because that's what you're attracting. But own I'm the best inviter in the world. I am. I'm massive. I am a powerful inviter. Own that. And that will come into your being and you will be amazing.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marisa. That is amazing. I love it. And you are an amazing inviter. You can just feel your energy. And it's almost like if you think of a dough without yeast, it won't rise. And it's almost like the catalyst. If your business isn't growing, there is something lacking, and that's that yeast. That's that invite. That's that energy. So let's remember that in going into the new year and actually finishing out this year. And that's why I love this new launch coming up with the hair care, because I feel like we have something new to invite to. It's like this new energy, this new reason to connect with people. And so I think it really does. It's going to be a great year end for us because of that big launch coming too. So thank you, Marisa. Our next presenter is going to be the amazing Pro 9, Amy Homewood. She's going to be telling us about how to tell our story in the blueprint. And she is actually calling in or coming to us live from Taiwan. She is a world traveler. Her background is over 30 years in financial advising. She went to Washington State, or George Washington University. She is a mother and a wife and just a world traveler. She is an amazing business, and she's running for Pro 10 is what I hear. And so I'm so excited to have her part of our training today. She's a Lyme disease survivor, so she's really into health and wellness. She's John Maxwell trained as far as leadership training. She's an amazing coach and has an incredible team of leaders on her organization as well. So welcome to our call, Amy.
Thank you, Marilyn. This has been so fantastic. And it is, it's 12:06 here. We already had 2 meetings today. We just had a packed house at our Taipei office here in LifeVantage.
Wow.
And this is just, you guys, if you could just feel the energy of what's going on all over the world. I was in Bangkok a couple days ago, and just having the opportunity to share the story of what we have and really about where we are in our company right now. And that really plays into what I get to talk about, which is telling our story, telling your story. And, using the system that we're following. And you just saw with Marisa, she has been in the company for 7 years and she's still inviting you guys. That's why she won her Jeep. And that's why she will continue to rank advance, because she's not going into management mode. She's continuing to inspire her team to continue to grow her business. And that is what we have to do. And that is why when you think about your story, you have to get really serious about this, you guys, because this is not a hobby. This is a global this is a global multi-million-dollar business. And so when I think about 5 years ago, when I think of 5-year plans, which is what I'm doing, I'm working on my 5-year plan right now, which I'm so excited about. You got to take it in small bites. But when I look back, and when Marcy Steiner shared this with me, it's just over 6 years now with me. And she shared really being a master network marketer, came over and literally said, I'm coming over, I have something I have to tell you about. And she told me, why she was looking at this and what this potentially could mean for her, and then shared the information with me. And so you have to really get deep with how you want to portray your story, because this is all storytelling. And Carrie started out and just got us so fired up, my gosh, with the story of LifeVantage and really where we are right now. But you have to look at where you are right now in your life, even today, like why this is still impacting you. But basically, you want to always really be comfortable with talking about your background. And we all came from different places. We all have different backgrounds. Some people have college education. Some people have been in a bunch of different network marketing companies, and they're really uncomfortable talking about sharing another company again. Some people have no experience in the industry at all, and they're not even anywhere yet. They don't even have a new distributor yet. They don't even have a customer. So what do they, and they've been in the business for 3 years and they still have a dream. Like, there's so many different situations that each one of us has. So the first one is really crystallizing, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about how I explain my background, but also what it was about what I was doing in my business or my career, whatever it is that you're doing, it really wasn't working for you anymore. Where was there pain in your life that you just want to get rid of and just get past, and be able to start moving forward again with that why that you helped develop and write out, because having that really helps you crystallize your story. And then why you may have had a product experience as well with what we have. I have an amazing product experience with having had Lyme disease. And when Marcy shared this with me, I had a refrigerator drawer full of over 40 supplements that I was taking. And I literally walked her over to my refrigerator. I opened it and I said, see that right there? All those products in there are all trying to turn my enzymes on, because I already understood about glutathione and SOD. I was one of those early adopters. So into this nutrigenomic space. So, you don't know who you're going to be talking to, but I was somebody that was like, I'm so, I need this in my body. So I do have a story, but if you don't have one, maybe you know someone in your upline who has a story, you've heard stories, you've learned about all that. And then why you're so excited about LifeVantage. What is this going to solve for you, having this business in your life? So for me, I have no background in network marketing. So for me, it was, and it still is today, I had a financial planning business. I was in a family business, and I worked with my father while he had cancer for 8 years, and then he basically dropped dead on me in 1994. And I took his business over, and it was not what I wanted to do, but it basically was what I was doing, and I didn't know what else to do. So I just kept doing it because I'm a worker. That's what I do. And I'm also somebody that is always afraid I'm not going to have any money. No matter what, I grew up, my parents got divorced when I was 6, and, we didn't have a lot of money. I mean, there were times when the electricity was turned off, the water was turned off. We didn't have heat in our house. I had to make, turn the stove on, which was an old gas stove, and like light it with a match and turn the heat on. Okay. So you guys see me, you think, oh, she has all this money and everything. We didn't have that when I was a kid. We were those 3 generations from rags to riches to rags. So basically, I've always been terrified that I wasn't going to I was going to run out of money. So for me, I was worried in my business somehow that I was going to outlive. I didn't want to continue to have to work the same way that I was working. And I was concerned that I would outlive, because I know with just the way I take care of myself, even though I was sick at the time, that I was going to have a long life. And I really was looking for something that was going to be another plan for me. And I'm very interested in financial planning. So I actually care about stuff like this. So when I talk to people about this, financial planning is a big component of this plan for me. And so it's something that most people don't have planned. And you're a friend of mine, or you're someone, I don't even know. I met someone today at breakfast who, these people are old and they're traveling the world. And I'm like, so how do you guys do this? And they're like, well, we're not sure, we might run out of money. I'm like, well, you know what? I have a plan for you guys that'll help you not do that. So would you like to talk about it? I've already gotten 2 emails from the person. So that was an invite, having a conversation with somebody. So basically, so that pain for me was the fear of running out of money. And the other one was, I was really lonely in my business, working by myself. And I was in a male-dominated industry. And, I was the gal at the table that had to be smarter than everybody else, because I certainly wasn't wearing a sexy suit. I can tell you that. I was wearing a wool pinstripe fitted, had short hair. I mean, I looked like a guy. I mean, I swear to God, you didn't see me back then. You can ask Marcy. But, I was very serious about, what I was doing. And I wanted to always make sure I was going to be able to perform. And I have that same thing with this business too, So you just have to have that vision for yourself. And you can see, for me, I'm very serious about this. This is not like a little thing. And so when you tell your story, you want it to be, you have a friendship, if it's a friend that you're sharing with, and you have a business, okay? And this conversation we're having today is about business. So if you can make that, and if like what these guys were talking about earlier, it's okay if people aren't interested in this. You're really going to be fine. Our relationship's going to be great. But this is something that it's really important to me, because I really want to put a plan in place for my life that is going to set me free, so I don't have to worry anymore about finances. And so I didn't even have to worry about finances, but in my mind, and when Marcy was talking about digging deep, this goes so deep, you guys, it probably goes back to the Clan Galbraith when we were wearing kilts back in Scotland, okay? When we didn't have potatoes to eat on the famine. So I'm telling you guys, you don't know how deep this stuff goes. So I'm still working this why out, and you can hear me talking through it right now. But this is a conversation I have with people when I'm sitting down with them. And it's not even about the product. The product is like, if it wasn't for this product, I wouldn't be in the business talking to you about this right now. I probably would have found something else. This product is so powerful that this is how passionate I am about building this business. And so this has totally changed my life. And I don't have to worry anymore, because I picked a company. And when we talk about the different aspects of what you want to share in your story, You've got the product, you have the company, the timing, the trends, the system, and the compensation. Those are the things you need to master. Just, you don't have to know them all because you're going to use third party. You're still going to go, as you're sharing your story, just like Marisa said, she goes, listen, I still use third party, but I see if they have a pulse first. I'm not going to waste somebody's time. You want to know enough to have that conversation about the company story. We are in a nutrigenomics revolution right now. It's a $17 billion industry. We're first to market. Nobody else is having this conversation. So we're still in the early adopter phase of innovation in this company. You're not going to hear about nutrigenomics being spoken by any other company right now. So people might think you're crazy when you talk about it, but I'm telling you, we have a 90% reorder rate on our products when people are on these products for 90 to 120 days. That's like being in an Apple franchise. Do you understand that? Like, no one can take my Apple phone away from me, and I'm not buying a different line. And nobody can take my Protandim away from me, and I'm not going to, there's no other product out there that has a kind of a reorder rate. So we have a very solid business that we are building for ourselves and for many, many other people. So you're going to talk about, the product, Nerve 2 activation, Nerve 1 activation, Nerve 2 for the scalp. I mean, you guys, game changer. Okay, we've got it nailed down. You want to talk about timing in the industry of wellness right now? It's the next $1 trillion industry. There isn't a larger sector that's happening right now. And part of that is genomics. That's in the technology sector of how genes are actually going to be manipulated. And we have a product that does it naturally. We don't need to use drugs for manipulating our genes. We're going natural because that's where we want to be. And we're going natural. We're going all in on natural. The medical system failed me with my Lyme disease. And if it wasn't for these products, I probably wouldn't be talking to you guys, even to my friends sitting at Starbucks, whoever I'm talking to, because I might potentially be in a wheelchair. Okay. That's how bad the medical system got me down. The trends, people want natural stuff. People want to be in business for themselves. People want to work from their smartphone sitting on the beach. They want to be able to be free to be home with their families. People want to have residual income. They want to build a financial future because they know that corporate America is it's in the ditch in every way, certainly from an integrity standpoint. And so is, the job market as far as, income. People just aren't, there's no retirement, there's no benefits. 60% of the population within 10 years is going to be a part-time worker. I mean, do we have trends? Yeah, we've got an opportunity here that's going to solve problems for a lot of people. So do we have a system? You're watching it right now. I'll say, if I was talking to somebody, I'd love to show you one of our trainings so you can see the way we work together as a team. This entire company is helping each other because we're still so small. We're at $200 million right now, going to $1 billion. And there's 800 million of business sitting there that's going to happen. And I want a biggest piece of that I can get. And I know that somebody's going to get it. And this is going to happen with or without me. So if you want to sit down and you want to talk about this again, this is my story and this is where I'm at. So, but I'm only really honest at this point in my business, only looking for people that want to change their life and have a transformation, because I don't really have time. I'd love to take you as a customer, but honest to God, I mean, my phone's blowing up with this. So, and the compensation plan, it's second to none in the industry. Had no experience in network marketing. I became a student of the industry, and I encourage everyone that I work with to become a student of the industry. There's so many beautiful aspects to it. The community is incredible, but the compensation plan is in the top 10 in the industry, and because we're a publicly traded, they have to be able to release these the earnings of the company every quarter. We know everything that's going on with the company. By the way, the stock in the company was $3 52 weeks ago, and now it was hit 15 the other day, floating around 14 right now. Everything is in the right place at the right time right now. And my check has cleared every month on the 15th. I never had to call the company to get it, and it's gone up. So all I can say is this plan worked, and I would love to be able to share, how I got there when I got started. And when you guys that are out there right now listening to this, you don't have the same story that I have, I still close people every day. I didn't have anything. I just said what I wanted to have happen, and that I had people in my upline that were successful, that had this experience that I'm sharing with you right now that I've had. Because they did it, I knew I could do it too. And that was when we were at 100 million. So look at the success that's happened for a lot of us, you guys, just in the last 6 years, where we went from 100 to 200 million. Now what's going to happen? That was over 6 years. Now what's going to happen when we go from 200 million to 400 and double in 2 years? instead of 6. Okay, this is what we're talking about. This is the timing of our company right now. So, I mean, this is just, there's no words to describe to you guys how huge this is going to be. And this hair care that's going onto the sponge of our head right here is going to absolutely make this company $1 billion company. I fully believing that this is what's going to take us there. It's crazy as it is. It's going to get people into this company that weren't getting in before for the little yellow pill. We're going to be attracting a lot of people into this company because of that. So I didn't hear any ding dong, but anyway, I'm done. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Okay.
I told the girls I'm going to do a little jingle to let them know when the time is.
Yeah. I don't know where I was at, but
we're right on. So
now.
Good job. Thank you so much, Amy. I so admire you, and I'm so excited to watch you hit the Pro 10. I know you're going to do it. So.
This month.
Yay!
Everybody, yes. Pray for me. I don't know. I'm putting it out there. I'm trying every month, but this is going to be one.
Right. We're all on our way to Pro 10. It's just
exactly
right. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Have an amazing time in Taiwan. Yep. Awesome. So we're going to bring on our next trainer, and she is going to share with us about resolving concerns and how to close and follow up. And that's part of our last part of our blueprint training. And so we have the amazing Lori Charette, who's a brand new Pro 7 a few months back. I remember meeting her in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She moved up from Florida. She was affected by the economy. She was a single mom of 2 beautiful girls. She had a business in the Empire Mall in Sioux Falls. It was like a hair salon. Heard about LifeVantage from Dr. Mark Gordon and Pam, and she was blown away by this industry. She had never had any network marketing experience before, but I can remember meeting her at a training in Sioux Falls, and I thought, this girl is on fire. She's going to go far, because I could just tell her energy. And she had a huge why. She had lost her business in Florida, moved up to Sioux Falls. Now she's residing in Colorado. And she is just an amazing leader in our company, full of energy. So I want to welcome you, Lori Charette, to our training. Take it away.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. How do you follow up that lineup? Amazing women. Hey, girl power, right? Girl power. So, thank you so much, Marilyn. And that is like where my heart is, right? Is Sioux Falls. That's where it all started. And that's where LifeVantage found me. And so one of the things that I want to share, I'm not going to go into my story because I do have the follow-up, the close, and resolving concerns. So I'm going to have to talk fast. But the one thing that I want to mention is Carrie Dickey was talking about timing, right? I came in, my anniversary, you guys, was 12/12/12. So just a couple days ago was 6 years for me to be partnered up with LifeVantage. So do not let December slip away from you, all right? Everybody needs this opportunity, and it is the time of the year for gift giving, okay? So a follow-up, close, and resolving concerns. I have my notes in front of me, and I'm gonna run real quick because I wanna get to the concerns and objections real quick. I think that's our biggest challenges, okay? So when it comes to the follow-up, I think bottom line, the biggest problem with the follow-up is we're not doing it, right? We're just simply not doing it. We're letting that slip through the cracks. So I just have a couple of tweaks and recommendations to help you with that. Marisa was talking about calendar. So make sure that you're calendaring everything. So what you want to do is when you're at an appointment, whether it's on the phone, whether it is kneecap to kneecap, on the Zoom, whatever, you hear bam, bam, book a meeting from a meeting. Well, you're going to do that with your follow-up. When you're done, you pull out your phone and have them pull out their phone together with you, and you say, hey, let's go ahead and tentatively set up a time for us to connect, you know, Monday or Tuesday or in 2 weeks, whatever the circumstances are. And so after you've had time to, whatever it is that you've given them, right? You always want to give them homework of some sort. They're either going to watch YouTube or something. You're going to send them research, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and set a time to connect after you've had time to complete, you know, X, Y, and Z. But when you pull it out, you have them pull it out too. So now it's a scheduled appointment, all right? So even if you are sitting down and you're making your calls, you're trying to go out and do some contacts, but you're not getting any answers, also pull out your phone and go ahead and put that follow-up in there, because you still have to follow up even though you didn't talk to them, right? So the point is getting those follow-ups scheduled on your calendar. And then what's so cool about that is you're removing all of that clutter out of your head, because we just kind of get bogged down with it. And we find ourselves saying, oh my gosh, who was that? Oh, I forgot to, and literally we know that months slip by. So calendar, I can't stress that enough, right? Also, when we're meeting somebody, especially when it's for the first time, but sometimes it's people we know. And when we sit down and talk to them, we're giving them we're kind of giving them the floor. We're asking them questions and we're really trying to learn about them, right? Like Carrie Dickey says, get to their pain, get to their why, so we can connect with them. So we know how to speak their language, so they're going to be receptive to the information we're sharing. So when we're done with that meeting, jot down the information that they shared with me, highlight some of those key points. So when you do your follow-up, it's personal, right? Hey, did David get the job? How's your dog? How did he do at the vet? Whatever it is, you can follow up and be personal, okay? The other thing for follow-up, to me, what I think is really valuable is most of us have our groups, our private groups for prospecting, right? For prospects. We use ours for prospects and anybody who's taken the product. So that's going to be a PC or a distributor. So that everybody will get put into that group. And I want to just stress how important it is to make sure that you're doing that for each and every person, including your follow-up, because ours, and I'm sure everybody else, is probably containing the same amount of information, but you've got product information. You may have somebody who you talked to and you only spoke about the probiotic, and you really didn't get past that. They said, I want on the probiotic, and you got them set up as a customer. And so when they get into the group and they're seeing product information, they're going to see a story about Axio, right? Or some information about Axio. And that's going to trigger them. Oh my gosh, that sounds crazy. I think I need to try that. So that's going to help us up our, their auto ship, right? You're going to see studies. And the cool thing I like about the studies that are going into those groups is, geez, 95% of them, if not more, are not even our studies. So you've got a tremendous amount of validation. And so when people are looking at that, they're now saying, understanding why they need to stay on the product. So it's helping, so we're not losing product users, whether it's a customer or distributor, right? Third thing is there's product stories on there. And so that's going to allow them trigger different people that they need to think about, oh my gosh, and so now we can increase the exposures that we're getting, okay? So make sure ultimately that acts as an awesome third-party validation and is a fabulous so-called follow-up after you already have spoken to them, because it's very unintrusive. We know that they want to go do their due diligence, and so we can just simply say, hey, I'm going to pop you in this closed group, private group. Make sure they know, so they don't think we're sending them off to La La Land. But I'm going to pop you in this private group so you can go and look for yourself, and show them how to do the search. So that's all I'm going to go about on the follow-up. Let's move over to the close. On the close, you hear them say, just ask for it, right? So I think it's a nice way to do that is just say, hey, are you ready to get started? Period. They're going to identify what their interests are, right? Whether it's a product, the product user, or the business. It's kind of funny because they may immediately say, well, such and such and such about the business. That's my next thing, is you want to get to the concerns as fast as possible. If we don't know what their apprehension is, then we don't know how to help them. So be excited about that. We know it's going to happen. So get to it as quick as you can, right? Don't let those things buckle you. Don't worry about it. Assume and know that it's going to happen so you're ready and you're prepared, okay? Other simple things, can you see yourself taking the products? Who do you know that can benefit from these products? I really love the who do you know, because when you're asking, that's almost asking like for the referral, and then they get a little bit possessive, right? It's like subconsciously they're thinking, well, what do you mean, who do I know? If I know somebody, then they're going to be mine, right? So that's kind of interesting how we can play that game. So get to the objections or questions as quick as you can, because we can't get them to that next level. If we do that, we can shorten that time span and not let it be lingering out there, okay? So that is it, you guys, on the close and the follow-up, because I want to get to where my strong suit is, and that is overcoming objections and resolving concerns. And I'm going to run by that because I want to get to the big one that I think is everybody's most biggest obstacle. And the thing about the concerns, you guys, I think the majority of them is our own personal perceptions. Ugh. Now we're going to have to look at that, right? Well, if we can change that, again, mindset, we always hear that, right? If we can change that, then again, we're going to be more prepared. I think when we have these wrong perceptions ourselves, then we clearly, that energy that Maurice is talking about, that we're passing that on. They can sense it, they can feel it, they can smell it, right? So can I do this, right? In regards to can I do this, if we understand that our first exposure and connection with anybody is their first training. So that kind of holds us accountable to do what? To follow the proven plan, right? It's called click and connect. Click to share the ABC report and connect with an advisor to share the details. If we're doing that and we're looking for that power of duplication, then we have to do something that they can say, oh, I can do that, right? So if I'm sharing with somebody and I'm the third party validator, I'm going to say, what does it look like or sound like to get involved? Well, much like David did with you. He said, hey, I've got something I'm really excited about, and I think you're going to be excited about it too. But if not, you're definitely going to know somebody who can benefit from this information. And then you're setting up an appointment, right? You're trying to do it in the least amount of words possible. High energy, be very positive. You're going to hear that I'm very positive, forward thinking. I say things to help them think forward. And for instance, for that is, a lot of times people say it may or may not be for you. And I understand that because they're trying to give them an out. But the minute somebody says it may or may not be for you, subconsciously you're checked out. You already go, it's not for me. So I try to avoid that. I'm really excited about this, and I really think that you're going to be too. But if not, you're definitely, right? Definitely going to know somebody who can benefit from this. Whoa, we're just like so got them accelerating in that direction. Okay. So if I can tell them, can you do what Marilyn just did? And she said, well, she didn't do anything. And I say, that's it. Can you do that? Can you share a report? Can you click and connect? So understand that first appointments are training, right? So holds us accountable to do what we're supposed to do. This is kind of a funny one. I hear people say, gosh, I just don't want to be pushy. So I'm going to share with you how to be pushy without being pushy, okay? So this is really fun. So you can literally call yourself out. You know what? I'm going to push you on this. I'm going to push you on this because it's that important. I need to make sure that you get this information for two reasons. Number one, I don't want later for you to come back and say, why didn't you tell me? And the other thing is if somebody comes to you, I want you to be able to know how to refer them, okay? Or have somebody to refer them to, all right? So just call yourself out. So people are always worried about it. If you just say it, now it's done, right? You've already told them, I'm going to be on top of you because let's just go ahead and do it. Let's get this information. It's just information, but it's important information, okay? Time. Carrie Dickey, if I could show you a way that you can share this with those you love and care about without disrupting what you're currently doing, would you like to hear more? You know, can we go to that next level? So, and then that one to me is all about telling stories. And for me, I share Dr. G. He was a cardiologist. He was on call. The guy had no time. So I let them know that he had to fit this in the nooks and crannies, right? He literally had to do it just like we're doing it because he wasn't allowed to talk about it at the heart hospital. So he built it just like we did. And in 5 years surpassed his income of a 20-year cardiologist. Tell stories. We want them connecting, right? This is going to be an odd one, and Marcy kind of was talking about this. So I do want to say this. We do have people that come on board, and they'll kind of make that declaration, you know, I'm not going to really do anything with this. Sometimes they come on board because they're just getting that 30% value, right? They're buying a kit just so they can get the value. But then they're telling you that they're not going to build a business or talk to people. And what I want to share with you on that is people don't know what they don't know yet, right? And they don't know what we know yet. So they're having a fear of what they don't know. And so we got to help move them over there. So with anybody that's new, I want to have that first training regardless, even if they make that declaration. So we can let them know, look, wonderful, I hear what you're saying. So let's go ahead and I just get that, hour together so I can at least make sure that we get your website set up properly. I can share with you how to set up a customer, how to set up a distributor, and then how to refer somebody, right? If somebody comes to you, because you're going to get excited as you're using these products, and people are going to ask questions, and so we want you prepared, right? They're going to do that, so at least you can get them. If we don't have that conversation, then we lose those people, you guys, just because they're uncomfortable and they don't know yet. But once you have that opportunity and you show them what it looks like to do the invite, and at least refer them to you, right? Then that brick is lifted off of their shoulders, and they're going, oh, that's it? Because they think that they have to go and say a lot. But if we can tell them, look, the least you know is in your favor right now. So what we want you to do is just say, oh my gosh, I've got to connect you with. If they can do that, think about what your business can do with those people that are kind of hidden and lost, all right? So one more thing, and then I'm going to go over the biggest obstacle in my opinion. So quit. I have people ask all the time, so what do you do when you feel like quitting? Okay, change your mindset, you guys. Assume that you just purchased a business, $50,000 for a business down the street. And if you have a bad day, you're not going to quit. You're going to get creative. You're going to think, what else can I do? You're not sitting there waiting and assuming that somebody, your neighbor, is going to come over and build your business. So change your thought process. Quitting is not an option. And the cool thing about network marketing or in this business, you don't even have to quit. If you're away for a little bit or there's things that come up, we always get to come back, you guys. How awesome is that? That's what what this industry is, right? And now I'm going to go into the industry, right? We're going to shift this. The biggest obstacle and concern that everybody seems to have, and it literally 99% of the time is not what the other person is thinking, but it's what you're thinking inside. And that is network marketing, right? And so I'm going to give you some pointers to really help you get past that. So let's see here. I'm looking at my notes. When I'm doing the presentation, so I'm always trying to lead up to a lot of heads nodding yes, right? When we talk about the Uber, I always use the word, so Uber, what do we do now? We're just going direct, right? Instead of the taxi, we're going direct. Airbnb, we're going direct, right? Amazon, we're now shopping direct. And so we're already planting these seeds. They're nodding their head. Yes, they're acknowledging it. They know it, right? So now when we tell them that we are sharing or we, direct, it all makes sense for them. So when somebody, or if and when somebody comes to you and they say network marketing, if they do that, you know what? The first thing I want you to do is I want you to assume everybody's going to do that. Let's just assume everybody's going to do that. And we have to change that, just like we're going to have Taylor Worry come on. It's not an industry anymore, you guys, because of Uber, Airbnb, Amazon, because of the economy where it is now. It is a profession, period, the end. Like Amy was talking about, nothing's the same. It's not going back. All righty. So we're going to change. We have to change that mindset. So immediately, the reason why they're thinking ick is because they think old school network marketing. That's what they know, and that's what they're familiar with. What we have is different, right? What we're doing here at LifeVantage is different. So we need to look different. We need to talk different. We need to sound different. So there's things that I use to help change that a little bit. So we're not sounding like everything else. So one of the things for me is the video. And those people that know me know that I hate the B word. I hate the B word because throughout my lifetime, I can't tell you how many times somebody has handed me a video. And I want you to know that not once did I break that seal and open it. And for this reason only, I knew that it was going to be fantastic. I knew it was going to smell, taste exactly like they wanted it to because they created it. And I knew that I wouldn't know how to read between the lines. So I never opened one, like for real. Pop this in your computer, pop this in your car when you get, I never did it. But when Pam and Mark came into the salon and they shared this with me and they shared an ABC investigative report, blew my mind. Who has that? So we need to elevate that, right? We need to give that the validation that it deserves, and we call it an ABC report or ABC investigative report. The minute you do that, people go, they perk up. They're like, what? Really? They do it with their body language, even if they don't say it. So stop saying video because everybody else has a video. We don't want to be like everybody else. There's a shift on what we're doing here, right? This company made a conscious decision to be different. So joined. I hate the word joined. I can tell you, it sounds like everybody else, right? So how about, you know what? I partnered up with this company 6 years ago. We have over 800, 1,000 doctors and healthcare professionals that are partnered up with this company. When I made the decision to partner up with this company, doesn't that sound more professional? Just a simple little tweak of a word, right? And this one here is going to be a big one. Very simple, but big. Signed up. So when did you get signed up? Are you ready to get signed up? Let's get you signed up. When people hear that, they hear that they all assume they're doing you a favor in your MLM. Period. So let's not say that. When are you ready to get set up? When can I help you get set up? Now we're doing them a favor. So what I'm trying to do is just get you to tweak a few of the things that we're saying so we can look different and sound different. So I never use MLM. That's old school yuck, even to me. And I've never done this before, you guys. Network marketing, direct selling, all of that makes sense. So if somebody says, if it's network marketing, this is what I want you to do. I want you to lean in close. And I want you to say, you know what? Totally get it. You know what? LifeVantage said the same thing. They actually were in 10,000 retail stores, and because this information that we're sharing with you just doesn't fit on the label, that mode of distribution wasn't working. So they reached out, right? We're telling the story. We reached out to an advisor, and he recommended mouth-to-mouth distribution so we could educate. And they proved to the company after 6 months that that was the way to go. What I love about that story is that the company made a conscious effort because they didn't want that stigma attached to their product and their company. When we say that, that's what they're thinking. Ew, ick, yeah. So when we say the company didn't want that stigma attached to our product and our company, they made a decision to change everything within this network marketing model, and we don't resemble anything else out there. So I highly encourage you to take a look. Be prepared for that, you guys. Assume they're going to think that. Why aren't they? We're new. How are they going to think about us? It's not out there. They're automatically going to view this way. So we just have to, it's all education, the product's education, the science, our company's education, right? So hopefully that'll help you out, okay? So we're changing the industry. This is now a profession, and we couldn't have a more powerful, awesome gentleman that Marilyn's going to introduce that is helping do that for us. So thank you so much.
Yay. Excellent job, Lori. I love that. Thank you so much. Yes, and Taylor is an amazing, I picked up my book. His father wrote the book, Go Pro, and he has been surrounded by network marketing his entire life. So Taylor Worry came to our company. He is the leader of our, he's the director of our new leader experiences, which is a kind of a new position. And if you know of other network marketing leaders in other industries that are making, over $100,000 a year, they are actually invited to be part of our red carpet experience. And that is something that Taylor Worry is in charge of at LifeVantage. So he actually looked for LifeVantage. He was solicited by other companies and he chose us. And I remember last February, we were in Indianapolis at the big Elite Academy there, and he was kind of testing the waters and checking out our company. And he was joining. He actually joined recently after that. So he's not even been with our company a year, but he has his whole life been surrounded by network marketing because his father, Eric Worre, was in network marketing and is the guru in training people into the profession. And so he's an amazing father. He lives in Salt Lake City, and he is just an incredible, genuine, caring, loving man. So Taylor, if you're out there, join us. Please bring it home for us. Thank you so much for taking time out to share with us this morning.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I am
Welcome.
here and I am ready. What's going on? LifeVantage, do me a favor and get your notebooks ready. If you've got notebooks, they better be handy. And I love what Lori was talking about. One thing I wanted to add on to what Lori was talking about, one thing I always ask people. So whenever you see someone that says, you know, oh, it's network marketing, ugh. One thing I was always trained to do is those people, I would always go, oh, you must have the best horror story ever. I want to hear all about it. Tell me everything that happened. Get to the root of their problem, because ultimately, if people have that caveat when it comes to network marketing, they probably joined some company back in the 90s and lost a couple $1,000, and they had a bunch of product in their garage and they were frustrated. So let them experience and they've been wanting to tell that story for 20 years now. So let them tell that story to someone who's actually going to listen and care, and then be able to offer a solution and say, man, things are so much different since you joined the business, or since you decided to look at it last. But what I want to talk about today is a few different things. I want to talk about what is required to be successful in network marketing. I think a lot of us want to have a really big 2019. Drop a thumbs up in the comments, drop something in the comments if you guys want to have a different 2019 than your 2018 was. So I want to talk about what's required to be successful in network marketing. I want to talk about what else do I want to talk about? Elevating the experience going into 2019. And then I want to talk about some key performance indicators that are going to allow you to step into 2019 in an incredible way. So the first thing I want to talk about is what's required to be successful in network marketing. And this is a controversial topic. Understand that there's a really happy ending, but I want you guys to understand that what is required to be successful in network marketing is probably not what you think it is. So number one, what is required to be successful in network marketing? Is it an amazing product? The answer is no. Because I don't know of anyone that I've ever talked to in any network marketing company that hasn't said that their product is one of the most incredible products that they've ever tried, or services that they've ever used. It's unbelievable. Everyone in our profession has an amazing product. There's a lot of category creators out there. So is it amazing that we are one? Yes. Is it great that LifeVantage is one? Yes. But is that what's going to make a successful network marketing professional? No. Is it the compensation plan? Having an amazing compensation plan, better than anyone else's. How many of you on this call have said before, we have the best compensation plan in all of network marketing? I'll tell you guys, for the most part, 99% of all companies pay out just about the exact same, from 46 to 48 to 49%, right around there. That they just pay out all the same. They pay out a little bit differently, but for the most part, they all pay out the same. Is it perks and incentives and trips? Nope. It's not those either, because lots of companies have those. Is it a recognition that our company recognizes their leaders better than anyone else? It's not recognition. Is it a supportive corporate structure? We have at LifeVantage, in my opinion, one of the best corporate teams on the planet, if not the best. But that's not what it is. Is it international expansion? Being able to build a business all over the world? Nope. I'll tell you guys right now, what is required to be a successful network marketing professional is your ability to develop influencers. Your ability to develop influencers. Well, we have all the other things put together. What they do is they buy us time. Having amazing products, having an incredible compensation plan, having incredible perks and trips and incentives and recognition and an amazing supportive corporate structure. They buy us time. But I'll tell you right now that your organization is only going to grow based on your level of influencers. And I'm going to tell you guys what an influencer is, because a lot of people on this call, number one, need to become influencers. And once you have become that influencer, then you have the ability to go out and develop influencers within your organization. But an influencer is 5 things, very simple, but they are always these 5 things. The first thing they are is independent. An influencer is independent. An influencer is they just run. They know what they need to do. They don't need to come to you every day. They might have some questions, but they're independent. An influencer, number 2, is a problem solver. They're problem solvers. I'll always equate an influencer to Michelle and Shawn Pope. These people are independent. They have created an unbelievable team dynamic throughout that everyone has been able to learn and grow from. They are problem solvers. If something comes up, they don't go to their upline. They go figure it out. The third thing that an influencer is they are consistent. It doesn't matter what storm comes their way, but the influencer will be consistent throughout. Day in, day out. If they say they're going to host a meeting every Thursday night, it doesn't matter if one person shows up, they are going to have that meeting. Their house will always be available. If there's a call on Tuesdays at 8 p.m., they are always hosting that call. It doesn't matter if nobody's on it, they're going to do it. Consistent. An influencer, number 4, they create action. Where action isn't there, they will create it. Instead of saying that, oh, I'm in this small town where there isn't a meeting and there isn't anything going on, they're going to say, you know what, I'm going to be the one that creates the action. I'm going to be the one that creates the momentum within my town. They create action, number 4. And number 5, they have a big vision. Their vision is much bigger than themselves. Their vision is to change lives. Their vision is to impact others. Their vision is big and robust. So again, an influencer is 5 things. They are independent, problem solvers, consistent. They create action, and they have a big vision. Now, what I'm going to invite you to do, I did a call like this 2 nights ago, and I brought someone on the call, and we went through these 5 things. Imagine that I'm taking you off of mute right now, and we're walking through these 5 things together. What if I was to pull you off, Ben, right now? I'm looking at you. I've been watching you take notes. What if I was to pull you off right now when we went through these 5 things? Independent, problem solver, consistent, create action, and big vision. Can you say that you have all 5 of these attributes every day throughout all aspects of your life? And if you can, then it's time to go develop those influencers. Then it's time to get serious and go take a serious inventory of your team and say, how many influencers do I have? A lot of people have a very big farm team. A lot of people that have some of these attributes, but the other ones need to be nourished. They need to be educated upon so that they can grow within them. Understand that as we go into 2019, a lot of people are going to get excited about LifeVantage, and there are going to be some people that are going to join your organization that are going to be momentum addicts. You need to be able to see that some people are going to come to LifeVantage for a short stint and be okay with that. You need to understand that there are going to be people that jump from company to company, that jump on momentum, and LifeVantage is about to enter into momentum. You are going to have some momentum addicts that are going to join your team. But ultimately, you will always be able to measure the level of your team and your organizational strength based upon the amount of influencers you have in your downline. Your influencers are what's ultimately going to measure the trajectory of your business. The more influencers you have, the more successful you are going to become in this business. The stronger the roots are going to be of your tree that is going to be untouchable by any storm, by any momentum addict, by anyone that could come in and try to harm what you have built. So build a strong roots of influencers so that you are untouchable. I loved this. Create a home where someone who's hungry can win. This goes into my next point of elevating the experience. This was the biggest topic I got from the event we were at in Las Vegas. Magic Johnson said this. He said, elevate the experience. We don't need to oversell it. You don't need to over-exaggerate. You don't need to set unrealistic expectations. What we have is good enough. The fact that anybody with any background, from any walk of life, can enter into this business for a small entry fee, and within 10 years, with no education, can have built up a residual income that will pay them in the top 1% for the rest of their life. What we have is good enough, you guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. What we need to do is elevate the experience. You need to know your customer. You need to know your distributor. Over-deliver to that customer. Over-deliver to that distributor. A lot of people knew your customer 5 years ago, and they were the perfect fit. They said, yep, this is what I need, this one product for this one thing. And you've been selling to the same customer for the next 5 years, assuming that everyone you talk to is going to fit into the same mold that that one person did. Take the time to know your customers going into 2019. Take some time to elevate the experience. I love that. Elevate the experience. Create brand ambassadors. Create people that are so fired up on LifeVantage that they don't care that a compensation plan is attached to it, that they're going to go tell the world because, number one, you knew them as a customer. Number two, you over-delivered. And number three, you elevated their experience. Look at all these little pop box companies now you can subscribe to for $40, $30, $50 a month. And they send you this really cool box with all, $300 worth of stuff in it. They're over-delivering. They're elevating the experience. What can you do in your world as a business owner and a brand ambassador of LifeVantage to over-deliver on the experience? Keep your brand clean. I love that. Social media is a big, big, big part of your brand. Keep your brand clean going into 2019. Take a social media inventory going into 2019. How many of you are adding 2 to 10 new friends a day on Facebook? Because you should be. How many of you are posting about LifeVantage all the time and 95% of your Facebook friends are already in LifeVantage? Take an inventory of your social media going into 2019. Get your message out to the masses. In order for you to do that, you need to be talking and seeing new people. You need to be adding new friends. Go to your town, type into your town on Facebook, and just start adding people within your town. Get to know your community. There's people all over the place, you guys, and you just got to tap into them. There's a guy in my father's event that is a part of 20,000 different Facebook groups. 20,000. He has an Excel spreadsheet to keep them all together. But think of that concept for a minute. That is 20,000 groups that someone else has created. 20,000 groups that someone else has filled with people to follow. And he just gets to go into them and be the expert. He follows fast car groups and clothing groups. Think about all these things that you can do going into the new year that are going to set you apart from everyone else. You say you don't have people to talk to, go join 10 new groups of things that you love on Facebook today and go become the expert in them. It's a simple matter of just Googling things most of the time and answering people's questions. They will then start to follow you as an expert. There's a lot of things going into 2019 that you can really take a hold of when it comes to LifeVantage because we are the hot topic right now. We are the trending thing on Twitter. Within network marketing, we are what people are talking about right now. One of my favorite things that I'm going to kind of finish up. John Maxwell was talking about this, and he said, everything worthwhile is uphill. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take stepping out of your comfort zone, accepting a season of discomfort. Are you willing to accept a season of discomfort going into 2019? Because I'll tell you that when this wave comes, it's going to be really hard to jump on this wave and ride it. But for those of you that are going to ride this wave of momentum, this reserved wave of momentum, it comes to those that are willing to paddle before the wave comes. It comes to those that are willing to look over their shoulder and see that the wave of LifeVantage is coming right now like a tsunami. And if they start paddling with everything that they have in them, that they can stand up and ride this wave and literally have a 2019 that will change their life for the rest of their life. So what I want to tell you guys and what I want to close on is this key performance indicators. These are some things going into 2019 that will make the biggest difference in your year, in my opinion. You have just been fed skill after skill after skill for almost 2 hours. And now I'm going to tell you, once you have all those skills, this is what you need to be focusing on to take your business to the next level. So you write down KPI, your key performance indicators. The first key performance indicator for a successful business is how many people do you have on your team that have made a single dollar. Darren Jensen has done a principle on this. He's called it the first dollar principle. I would invite you to go read that and watch his talks he's done on that. But how many people on your team do you have that have made a single dollar? And then find all of those that have not made a single dollar and see what you can do to help them get their first dollar. Because what we have found is that retention rises by 80% for those that have made one single dollar within this business as opposed to those that have not. So the first dollar, that is important. The next thing, the second key performance indicator is how many people do you have at our core rank? And our core rank is for any company, is anyone that's making $300 to $500. For us, it is Pro 3. How many people on your team do you have currently that are at Pro 3? Going into 2019, you need to be a Pro 3 factory. We have focused on Pacesetter. We have made it literally a spotlighted rank. We've put all these bonuses and incentives around hitting it. You need to become a Pro 3 factory going into 2019. And then training those Pro 3s to go out and create other Pro 3s. But the third thing, and this is where I'm going to give everyone on this call a call to action. When I checked earlier, I don't know how many people are currently on, but there's around 250 people on this call. If everyone did this, what I'm about to tell you guys, Charleston, they wouldn't know what to do with Charleston. But I'm going to make a call to action here, because the third key performance indicator is convention attendance. Convention attendance. Do they have the ability to comment on here? I don't know if they have the ability to chat on here or not.
I think the chat's off. But
if turn the chat on if they can, because I'm going to need people to comment, and there's going to be a special thing that we're going to do for those that decide to do this. But I'm making a special call to action for those that want to take their business to the next level in 2019. For those that want a serious change. For those that want literally a defining moment. What I'm going to challenge you to is that anyone that wants to accept this is to accept a challenge to have 50 people personally from your team in Charleston. We have 2.5 months before this event. And I firmly believe that there is multiple. If we did this, there would be 13,000 people at Charleston. We would be oversold in an overflow room. They wouldn't know what to do. You'd have to tell all your people, guess what, guys? Sorry, this convention is sold out. We're going to have a live stream. You're going to have to use your tickets for the next one. But I'm making a special challenge for anyone that decides to put in the comments, if you can chat, that I commit to 50. If you accept this, we are going to take all those that say I commit, and we're going to create a special Facebook group. And I'm going to come in there and drop little things of, little ideas and little things that we can do throughout the next 2.5 months. And we're going to keep track of your success, and we're going to keep a running ticker of how many people each one in that group has coming. But it's going to be an exclusive group only for those that commit to bringing 50. And if you decide to commit to bringing 50, what I'll tell you is, not only can I almost guarantee that in 2019, you will make over $50,000 in commissionable earnings, because it's almost a law in our profession for that every person that you bring to a destination event, a company event like EA in Charleston, you can equate almost $1,000 to every person that you bring annually to your paycheck. So if you want to have a year where you can almost guarantee that you are going to have over $50,000 in commissionable earnings, then you need to have 50 people personally sponsored that you bring to this event. Decide to be bold. Decide to step into your greatness. Decide that this year is going to be different. And if you do, we will do fun things to recognize you. We'll do fun gifts. I'm going to make it very much worth your while for those of you that decide to step out of your comfort zone and accept a season of discomfort to be able to be in your greatness, to be able to step into your full potential. Because I think so many of us, so many, especially at LifeVantage, we have the hottest ticket on the planet right now, and so many of us are playing too small. This hair care launch, everyone in your world should be aware of this hair care launch. I want to see us sell out of our hair care by the end of the year. I want to see 30,000 units go out around the world so that we can continue to create new stories and new testimonials and new amazing videos to be shared all over the world. So you guys, I'm so excited for 2019. Everyone in the corporate office is freaking out. They're traveling all over the world right now. No one is stopping. No one is slowing down. We hope that you choose to go into 2019 in a full-out sprint. We hope that you choose to ride this wave of momentum with us. Because like my dad says, it's a stone cold fact. We have a better way. We just got to go tell the world, you guys, LifeVantage is a better way. Everyone in the world is looking for what we're doing right now. It's a fact that 1 in 3 people are either riding Uber, doing Airbnb, selling something on Amazon, driving a Lyft. Everyone you run into is trading time for dollars in this way that they think they're creating this financial freedom in their time, in their spare time. But they're not. They've just got another job. We've got the ability to offer true financial freedom. I hope that you guys choose to accept that. I hope that you have an amazing holiday season. Thank you so much for having me on. I hope you guys choose to run like the wind. And for anyone, I don't know if you could, I couldn't see any comments, but if anyone decides that they want to commit to this, send me a private message on Facebook or send it to the pose or whatever it might be, anyone in this group, and let's put a page together and get everyone on there that commits to their 50, and let's run into 2019 like our hair's on fire.
I love it. Yes, we will do that. I saw some hands raising, but people aren't able to make comments, I guess, because we have it set that way.
No problem. No problem.
4 or 5. I saw a bunch of hands go up. So thank you guys for participating, and thank you so much for joining us too, Taylor. You are an amazing mentor to us and our teams, and we're just so grateful for you. I want you to know that. Thank you for choosing LifeVantage. And so we are excited to see everyone in Charleston. And remember the hair care launch on Monday night, live on the LifeVantage regular page, okay? The LifeVantage corporate page, not the independent distributor page. And make sure you make it an event. Some of you were asking and texting for how I did the poster. I just went to Staples, emailed them all these before and after pictures. They laminated it. It rolls up. It's very easy for 20 bucks, and I've been taking it in to show salons. Get them to smell the amazing hair care line and see how it makes your hair feel. I chopped my hair off again, but it was growing so fast from having the serum for how many months now? 2 months I've been on it. So just so excited to have everybody on today. Thank you for all the trainers. You did an amazing job. And remember, tomorrow night, Carrie Dickey webinar is on Sunday night training for our teams. So make sure you're watching for that link. And that's at 8:30 Central PM. So have a great weekend, everybody. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Let's make the end of this season, or the end of this year, incredible. And let's just run with our hair on fire and get this done. All right. Have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks for joining.
I'm in for 50.
Woo! Me too. Me
Thanks,
too.
Marilyn.
Love you.
50.
Woohoo!
You 50.
50. Thanks, Marilyn.
Thank you.
Thank you.